Hey my little sunflowers, welcome back and Happy New Year! Here is to a much better 2021 because 2020 was awful and I think we can all agree on that. So in today's video, this is obviously part 2 of my Building Tokyo little mini series that I'm doing. And I'm going to be building the area around Able Sisters and essentially making an ode to Harajuku, which is one of my favourite places in Japan and Tokyo, to be honest. I love the place and I wanted to kind of show my appreciation for it, and yeah, here we are. So this is probably going to be one of the more city-like areas on my island. If you've seen any of my previous videos, you'll know that kind of city core isn't really my thing. It's not something that I kind of gravitate towards in general, because obviously laying out all of these paths is really time-consuming and tedious, and I don't tend to really like the look of it for my own personal tastes. I think there are some people who have done an absolutely amazing job with it and have made their islands look incredible. I've done lots of dream addressed like comings and goings of people with like city core islands, and I think they look amazing. But it's not for me. I prefer a more like natural forest type vibe, and that's why I made my kid core island very foresty rather than city core, because I'd seen a lot of people do that before. This brown cricket just is here for the entire video. I'm sorry. You're just gonna see me working around this brown cricket this entire time. So I will eventually also be putting my Nook's Cranny around this area. I'm not entirely sure where, because I have completed this little area now, and I'm not entirely sure where it will fit. So I might do it in this area, I might not. It all depends on kind of what I decide. And I'm the kind of person that, like, when I start building, things just kind of happen, and I just let them happen. I don't, I try not to overthink it too much. Obviously, like I mentioned in my last video, I made an entire plan for this island because I flattened and I was kind of overwhelmed with choice and decisions and, oh my god, what if I absolutely hate it, and all that. But I do eventually come up with something that I'm much happier with, so I just kind of try to go with the flow a bit. And it's kind of like a little ode to Kidcore, an ode to my roots, as it were. I'm placing down this really cute tile custom design code that, of course, I will link in the description below. It is so cute, and I'm really glad that I decided to use it because it makes this area look a lot more colourful, and Harajuku is very colourful, so I think that's why I'm drawn to it. I mean, you guys know, I did a whole Kid Core Island. Colour is kind of my thing, and I dress colourfully as well in my everyday day-to-day life. So I'm glad I put this design down because it really kind of tied the area together, I think. And because this area is kind of more like city core, I ended up using a lot of items that like I hadn't used before, like the utility pole and like the garbage can, stuff like that. I like these kind of like more city core elements. They were fun to play with and very different for me. So building this island has been really, really refreshing, and I'm glad that I'm obviously getting to share this with you guys as well, because you guys get to see kind of like my thought process and the way that I do things, and yeah, that's the whole reason that I do this YouTube channel, is because I enjoy sharing this kind of thing with others, and I'm really inspired by like other YouTubers who make this kind of content as well. I think, you know, they've all really inspired me to do this. So yeah, thanks to those people. I would list their names, but that would take me forever, so I'm not going to do that. But yeah. It was also really excited to look for new design codes, like things that I wouldn't have used on my old island, because there are so many amazing custom design codes out there. People are so creative with their codes, and I wish I was nearly half as creative as these people. I have considered doing my own like custom codes in the past, but I'm just not artistically talented in any way. I do a lot of sewing, which I suppose is artistic, but you know what I mean, like not drawing, or like I couldn't sketch a person wearing clothes to save my life, even though I sew things and I create things. I wouldn't be able to draw them out. Please don't ask me to, because I just wouldn't be able to. Even if my life depended on it. Just while I'm doing this, I did want to say that I still will be uploading once a week. I don't really have the time at the moment to dedicate any more of my time to creating YouTube videos, and that makes me really sad. But I have a lot of deadlines in January, and I also work for a small fashion brand that well, not so small anymore actually, they're booming. So I have a lot of sewing to do, and I also like to sew for myself and Jay, and I also do journaling, like that's another hobby that I have, and I also like to read. You get what I'm saying, guys. I don't have a lot of time on my hands. I'm sorry. So only one video a week for now, but maybe in the summer I'll be able to film more videos. I mean, I don't know whether my island will be finished by then. Maybe it will be, I don't know. Maybe it won't, because I'll be taking my time with this one. I kind of rushed Purin Bay in the end, just because I wanted to get it done so that I could use my new Animal Crossing Switch, which I'm absolutely loving, so it was worth it. But yeah, I can take my time with this island, which I'm really enjoying and I really appreciate. So I mentioned AC/DC Rag earlier in this video, and basically they have these official Animal Crossing design codes for clothes that you can actually buy in their store. So I used these kimono, even though and obviously these kimono stands, even though like you don't actually find that many kimono shops in Harajuku. I just thought I would like tie in the like Japanese theme that I was going for. I think it turned out really well. I really like how it looks. I kind of took a risk here with this climbing wall. I thought it looked kind of cool. And I did the trick that I've seen a lot of people doing of using these record boxes as gachapon machines. Because you will see especially in Akihabara, there are just rows upon rows of gacha machines. Like, you can't take like 500 steps without coming across. 500 steps, that's not the right word I'm looking for. 500 yards? Is that what I'm trying to say? I don't know, you guys. My brain's still all mush from my Christmas break. Basically, they're everywhere in Tokyo. And I have this really sweet story of when we were in Tokyo. This is kind of why I wanted to do a Japanese island and kind of recreate Japan. Is because I wanted to tell all of these little tidbits and little stories of when I was there. So basically, there was a bandori gacha going on with these rubber straps. Bandori is like Love Live, it's a rhythm game, and there's also an anime. So there was these two young teenage girls, Japanese, doing this gacha, and they were doing it, guys. They were spending so many 100 yen coins trying to get this girl's best girl, right? We wanted to do the gacha, and the thing in Tokyo is that with the gacha machines, they like do several of the same ones like in a row. So these girls were on one, and me and Jay were on another, because I was trying to get Hina, who is my best banduri girl, and I couldn't get Hina, and I was really upset. And I pulled one, and I opened it, and I gasped, and I said, "Oh, it's whoever it was." These girls whipped their heads round, and looked at me, and looked at the charm in my hand, and this girl's face, I cannot describe the sadness that she had in her face. I was like, oh my god, I've like ruined this girl's day because I got her best girl and she didn't. And so I don't speak any Japanese, right? I know hello and thank you and goodbye, you know, the basics. So I just, as a peace offering, I just hold my hands out to her with this rubber charm in my hand to give it to her, and they start babbling like Japanese really quickly to one another, and they're like, oh my god, I'm assuming, really excited, and from their pockets they pull out this huge pile of these charms that they've accumulated, and kind of offer them out to me, as if for me to pick one. They didn't have Hina, but I chose another girl from Pastel Palettes, because that's my favourite group. And we kind of just bowed at each other and went our separate ways, but I really think I made that girl's day, and it still makes me smile every time I think about it. So yeah, there's a bit of wholesomeness for your Tuesday day. Tuesday day? Wow. There's a bit of wholesomeness for your Tuesday. So I'm just finishing up here, doing the little finishing touches. I change a little bit of my shrine, and that's basically it. I'll say my own goodbyes now so that you guys can watch the outro in peace. I hope you guys have an absolutely amazing day. I hope that you stay safe, that you are kind to yourselves, and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys!